Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. It's Trace here, the Irish Tarot Girl. This is going to be your Belgium Grand Prix what's going to happen prediction Formula 1 video. Again, a niche video, but they seem to be quite popular, which is fantastic. So welcome if you're here for your first Formula 1 prediction video. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So this week is going to be for the Belgium Grand Prix in Spa-Francorchamps, a favourite amongst fans, including myself. It's on my top 3 must-go-to race bucket list races, or something that makes sense. Me and my husband have wanted to go to Spa for a long time, but it is hard to get to. It's out in the middle of a forest and there's not a lot of accommodation. It's hard to get to. So someday I'll get there. So what we're going to do for this reading is we're going to do one card for sprint quali, because yes, it's a sprint weekend. How do we feel about sprints? How do we feel? I like them. I do like them. I think the way that they do the quali and the race, it needs to be rejigged, in my opinion. I do like the sprint races, but I don't like the way they do quali race. Anyway, I'm going to do one card for sprint quali, 3 cards for the race, for sprint race, 1 card for race quali, and 3 cards for the actual race. And then at the end, I'm going to pull 1 card for Lando. Will Lando win the race? 1 card for Oscar. Will Oscar win the race? And 1 card for someone else, a wild card maybe. Will someone else win the Grand Prix? Wasn't Nico Hülkenberg getting a podium at the last race just epic? I'm so happy for Nico. It's absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Nico. We've been waiting a long time. We always knew you had it in you. Yay, the Hulk. So for this reading, I am using where is my box? I cannot find it, so I will get the book. The Magical Dogs Tarot. This is a new deck that I found online and I bought myself. And I'm obsessed with dogs. I don't currently have a dog. I used to have a dog. She passed away a couple of years ago. Golden retriever called Penny. Lots of love to Penny. Yeah, love dogs. So I can't get a dog right now because my 5-year-old son is enough of a puppy. So in the meantime, I'm obsessed with all things dog. So I'm going to use this for the reading. I hope you like my little Formula 1 setup here, my little car setup. So we are going to do, prepare for a long reading because these are these tend to be longer, but I will timestamp. So what is going to happen for Spa Sprint Quali? Oh, card just popped out there. Let's see. Sky Guardian. Now the guardians in this deck are the knights, and knights are all about movement, speed, moving forward. They're also very representative of the age of these drivers. Not a child, but not quite yet a grown-up, mature man or woman. So let me see, what do we get? So Sky is swords. So the Knight of Swords is a very rash, leaping before you look kind of energy. And look at this dog. This dog has no fear. Also look at the sky in the background. Spa, famous for weather. So yes, I think we're going to encounter some weather again at this race. It looks like it's going to be mixed though for sprint quali. Dark clouds, but blue sky. So that's something that's going to crop up for sprint quali. And I'm not quite getting like who's going to get pole for sprint quali from this. I think someone might make a silly, rash, unthought out move on someone else and maybe go for a gap that does not exist and maybe regret their decision. So we might have some weather and some silly moves from someone. So that will be interesting. So let me see. That was 5. Just time stamping here. And then we are going to do the race. Sprint race. 3 cards for sprint race. What's coming up for the Spa-Francorchamps sprint race? Oh, I put the last. Oh, okay. So I think this one was the right side up. So I'm going to leave that out because that was in the deck, just right side up, just waiting to be seen. So I'm going to take that, and then we'll take 2 more cards. So, sprint race. Let us see. Let's bring this in a little bit, shall we? So, we have strength. I hear in my head, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Or maybe you can. Again, this strength, this strikes me as someone who is one of the older drivers, kind of like a Nico Hulkenberg kind of effort. So I think one of the older drivers is going to be up there in the sprint race. I'm drawn to all the green as well, and like the white beard on the dog shows the dog's age. But the green, I don't know, I'm feeling like maybe that's Aston Martin. So this could be Fernando Alonso. Interesting. And then we have 10 of Fire. 10 of Fire is the 10 of Wands in the traditional deck. 10 of Fire. This is the card of being overburdened and laden down by problems, worries, too much going on, just being overwhelmed. Ooh. Let me see, look at all these fires burning. Ten of Fire. It's going to be a hard slog of a race. I feel like someone is going to be dragging a car around the track with like no go in it, but dragging it around to the finish line. Could be whoever this is. Maybe, like I said, Fernando Alonso. Dragging the car to the finish line. That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. And then we have, and again, this is for the sprint race. 4 of Fire. Yeah, 4 of Wands, 4 of Fire. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? The last time I did a reading for the British Grand Prix, I got this card for Lando Norris. And my husband pointed out to me, and I didn't even notice, that Lando is number 4. And so I think Lando might win the Sprint Grand Prix because this card represented him winning before. And it's all about celebration. And also, it's kind of a home Grand Prix for Lando. If you do not know, Lando's mother is Belgian. So he is half Belgian, half British. And his delightful mother is from Belgium. And this represented his win the last time, and it represented like the celebratory I don't know what you'd call it, festival kind of energy at the Grand Prix in Silverstone, and I think there might be that kind of thing again for the sprint race in Belgium, which is awesome. So then we have, so I think this is saying that an older racer, possibly Fernando Alonso, is going to do really well. He might have to drag his car around the track to get to the finish line. But I think ultimately, I think Lando is going to win. So that is the sprint race. And then we have the race quali. So we're going to have one card for race quali. What is going to happen at Spa-Francorchamps qualifying for the actual race? Whoa. Okay. Ooh. Sea puppy. Sea puppy. Puppies in this deck represent pages, and C represent cups. So this is the Page of Cups. So race quali. This is a young driver. This is good news and a young driver. A young, happy, playful, fun, not a care in the world driver. Remind you of anyone? I'm totally getting, I was going to say Lando Norris vibes, but Kimi Antonelli fits that profile perfectly. So I wonder and look, I always look for the colors as well, because I've noticed that when Mercedes come through, the colors always show up in the card. And we have the Mercedes colors. So I'm wondering if this is Kimi Antonelli doing really well, because he is the sea puppy. So I think we're going to have good news. I must actually check what star sign he is. I wonder if he's a water sign. But yeah, I'm feeling Kimi Antonelli vibes from this. So that is race quali. Kimi Antonelli on pole, maybe? Interesting. Either Kimi or Lando. And I know Lando is a water sign. He's a Scorpio like me, because he has his birthday is around the same time as me. And then for the race, we have 3 cards. So what can we expect from Spa-Francorchamps race? Race day. What's going to happen in the race? Okay, let's see. 1, 2. And I thought the dog deck was a really appropriate card to use for Formula One, because, you know, like, they're all like excited little puppies out there, like racing their cars. And 3. Okay, here we go. So first up we have, 10 of Sky. 10 of Sky is 10 of Swords in the traditional deck. There is going to be weather, folks. We are going to get some heat and some clouds. Could be thunderstorms. This is another reason why we haven't been to Spa yet. There's going to be rain, there's going to be thunderstorms, there's going to be all kinds of dark weather. It's going to be intense. And 10 of Swords is a very intense card. And look at this poor dog. This poor dog is like shot with arrows, still going. So someone in the race is going to be going through the mill. Absolutely all kinds of things happening to them. Again, I'm looking at the colors, and this dog is like kind of like looks like a wolf, but so I'm assuming it's like a husky or some kind of dog. And look at the colors. It's a very Mercedes kind of silver arrows kind of look. So I'm wondering if George or Kimmy have problem after problem after problem. And if Kimmy does well in qualifying, like the card suggests before, he might have problem after problem and just need to keep going. And then the middle card, Three of Fire. This is the Three of Wands traditionally. The Three of Fire is about implementing plans that you've made. So I've explained in previous videos, Two of Wands is like making lists to go on a journey, figuring out where you want to go, what you want to do, making the lists of all the things you have to pack. And the Three of Fire is putting those things into action, booking tickets, buying the things that you need to go away, all that kind of action stuff. But this dog isn't doing very much, is just looking at the village, looking at the three fires that are burning, and is just observing. It might be a bit of, despite this card, it might be a bit of a boring race. We might be kind of watching it, waiting for it to, like, can something happen? Can something happen? I'm kind of feeling like these two cards, the weather in these two cards, even though one is sky and one is fire, they're very similar. And I'm wondering if we're going to constantly be spending the whole race looking at the weather going, is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? What's going to happen? And maybe it doesn't. So I feel like this card is telling me that all of the teams are going to be watching their weather radars, listening to their peeps who are out in different places, because I know they send people out to different parts of the countryside, you know, waiting for drops of rain and reporting back. Yes, they do that. They're going to constantly be watching and waiting to see, when's it going to rain? When's it going to rain? When's it going to rain? And that might be through the whole race. And then, oh my God, death. Okay, so death is not literal death. Death in the tarot means the end of one phase or journey and the beginning of a new one. So we see this dog here who's obviously died and is rising from the dead. He's transforming into spirit. This is a gorgeous representation of death. I don't like most death cards in the tarot, but this one is, I'm sorry, phenomenally beautiful. Like, look, it even has the hieroglyphs on the wall. Wow, that is stunning. Anyway, I feel like this is like the death of, I feel like it's Max's swan song kind of thing. This is going to be, okay, this is where it ends. The end to his World Championship dreams for 2025. This is going to be, okay, he can't do it anymore. And again, like I said with the colors, I feel like this might be Mercedes. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the weekend that he decides whether or not he's going to Mercedes. It's the end of something, and it's the end of something big, because the death card is a major arcana card. So the majors deal with huge life things, events, issues. Sky or swords represent the mind and intellect. So this is something that I feel like it's, I don't know, I just think it's Max that this is referring to. So he has been thinking about this, wondering what he should do. And this is like, he has to make the decision in order for Mercedes to know who goes, Kimi or George. And until Max makes his decision, they can't kind of put the nail in the coffin for one of the drivers, so to speak, for their career at Mercedes, their seat at Mercedes. So I think this weekend is going to be the end of Max's World Championship fight, and he's going to make his decision this weekend. And that will cause a decision to be made for Mercedes. It's funny that I'm getting this about like the teams and silly season for the race. It's like these two represent what's going on outside of the race, and this one, the middle card, represents the actual race, where it's like kind of like what's going on, what's going to happen, a bit watching and waiting, a bit boring, a bit sedate. It might be a case of it ends how it finishes. The top three finish in the top three. So it might be a bit boring, even though all of this weather kind of promises some mix-ups and upsets. This is an interesting spread for the race. I'm looking to see if I get anything else. No, I think I'm going to move on to the next three cards. So we're going to draw a card for Lando. Will Lando win at Spa? Yes or no? Will Lando Norris win at Spa? Just writing down my timestamps. Will Lando win at Spa? Will Oscar win at Spa? Or will someone else win at Spa? A wild card. Okay. So will Lando win at Spa? Ooh, the dog star. So this is a yes card. The star is such between the star and the sun, they are two of the most positive cards in the deck. Okay, pretty. And the star is obviously the star of hope, the star of inspiration, all that good stuff. But it also means like a star. He's a star in the making. So like this is a yes card. Will Oscar win? Ooh, the Emperor. The Emperor. Again, so I've gotten this before with cards for Oscar. The last race I got Judgment for him, and it was neither yes nor no card. I feel like the Emperor is the same. It's neither yes nor no. It's a very solid, secure, old dog with his years of sage wisdom, sitting there being stoic and reserved. So while this is neither a yes nor a no, I feel like Lando might win, and it's up to Oscar to be the stoic, solid team player individual again. Very similar to the last race. And for someone else, Justice. Ooh. So I'm feeling like no, it's not going to be a wild card victory. I feel like it'll be Lando. Look at these two cards, they're very similar. Emperor and Justice. I really feel like it's probably going to end how it started. There's not going to be a lot of movement on the grid. There's not going to be a lot of action. I think they might be scared of weather. Justice, balance. Someone might have to serve a penalty for something. But yeah, it's not looking like a very exciting, energetic, shit going off kind of race. Like, look at these guys. They're all very like stoic, sitting there, looking ahead. Okay, when's the action going to start? Yeah, it's looking like it might be a bit of a bore, which doesn't usually happen with Spa, but you know. So there we go. I think Lando is on course to do well this race. I think Kimi Antonelli is on track to do on track. I'm a joker and I don't know it. He's on track to do well for this race. I think we might get some news from Max, maybe, or some rumors at least that he's made a decision on his future. Also, don't forget that this is going to be Christian Horner's the first race that Red Bull have raced without Christian Horner at the helm. So that is going to be a huge change. Hence the death card as well. A huge change for Red Bull. A huge change for the team, for the drivers. It's going to be weird, and that, you know, I'm sure is going to mess things up and mess with people's heads. So I think there'll be a lot of intrigue, a lot of silly season talk and rumors and things again. But I think on track, we may not see a lot of action. We might be promised weather. There might be some rain, a lot of dark sky, but not a lot of action. So I'm going to close the reading there. Again, it's a long reading, but these are for my F1 peeps who like the to get down into the nitty gritty with me and love their Formula One like me. So I'm going to close the reading there. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to reach out to me or ask me, and I will talk to you really soon. It's been a pleasure doing this reading for you today, and enjoy the race this weekend. Bye for now.